Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsat. Let's have a look at the headlines. Higher education can attract foreign exchange. Cynic chairman tells the government. 50 million US dollar policy-based loan from the OPEC fund. Cabinet approves. News in detail. Chairman of the Cynic campus, Captain Ajit Pirit, says that his education institute, Cynic campus, is making 0.5 billion US dollars of foreign exchange annually, and he has also presented a novel proposal to the government to increase the amount up to 1.5 billion US dollars per annum. Captain Pirit was making this revelation addressing at the 5th International Research Symposium 2024, which was held at the Cynic campus premises under the theme of Sustainable Future, Harnessing Humanity Through Creativity and Innovation.
We are very proud today to say in maritime industry, we are the leading maritime institution, not only in Sri Lanka, but in South Asia. So far, we have produced 350 plus ship captains, 300 plus chief engineers, so many other senior engineers and officers, 10,000 plus seafarers to this country, which has resulted in bringing much needed foreign exchange. Presently, we bring about $500 million plus per annum to our kitty in Sri Lankan government, which I think the foreign exchange is in demand. So I think we are playing a major role in doing that. We have a target of making it $1.5 billion a year, which we have given it to the government, which has approved. And I hope this project will be continued with the new regime.
Senior Professor Ranjit Dissanayake, attached to the University of Peradeniya, says that research efforts by the university and other institutes must be supported by the government institutes, identifying the necessity of researchers for the upliftment of the country. Professor Dissanayake made these observations participating as the guest of honor at the Cynic International Research Symposium 2024, which was concluded last Friday.
This cycle should be continuous. That is, the research and innovation are important, but unless otherwise you link with the entrepreneur, there is no effect to the nation. So, ground reality, some of the area, like for example, we have the titanium dioxide. I'm not going into detail, just information. There are raw material available in the country. Being an entrepreneur, I know that when we try to work through our customs and our bureaucratic system, if you try to invest something, do something, end of the day you feel it is better to sell the raw material and earn some money rather than fighting with the people in the customs and the officers and so forth. That is the big change that we need to have. Universities can come up with innovation and so forth, unless otherwise policies change, it cannot be done. They are actually, I believe, the innovation enterprises very important. I'm not talking about titanium dioxide, I'm talking about the raw material must be processed and evaluated and so forth.
Cabinet of Ministers gathered yesterday has approved signing an agreement for a 50 million US dollar policy-based loan from the OPEC Fund for International Cooperation Government Information Department. In a statement said that the loan is linked to financing coming in parallel with the extended fund facility of the International Monetary Fund. Sri Lanka has so far got policy-based loans linked to the IMF program from the World Bank and Asian Development Bank. Japan, which used to co-finance IMF programs after previous currency crisis, could not give new loans until the bilateral debt restructuring was complete. Meanwhile, a World Bank report titled The Sri Lanka Update, published recently, stated that Sri Lanka's economy has stabilized owing to 4 consecutive quarters of growth driven by the industrial and tourism sectors and supported by critical structural and policy reforms. The report further held that growth was expected to reach 4.4% in 2024, surpassing earlier forecasts. The country defaulted on its foreign debt for the first time ever in May 2022, engulfed in a severe crisis and struggling under its high debt burden and near empty foreign exchange reserves. The announcement came after the Sri Lankan administration saw a complete overhaul with a new president and a new cabinet taking office, bringing a new uncertainty to the country's progress. Sri Lanka had successfully executed debt restructuring agreements with the Official Credit Committee in June this year, followed by the announcement that Sri Lanka had reached agreements in principle on the restructuring of approximately $14.2 billion of sovereign debt with international sovereign bond holders, and also finalized an agreement with China Development Bank. The two groups collectively hold in excess of 50% of the bonds, according to the Treasury. This was a significant step in Sri Lanka's debt restructuring process in line with the IMF program. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Sri Lanka is extending a suspension of parat execution, or rather known as foreclosure of mortgaged assets in a bad loan, till the 31st of March. This was revealed at the weekly cabinet media briefing took place this morning at the Government Information Department premises. Cabinet spokesman and Media Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissou, addressing the media personnel, said that the extension was made to help small and medium enterprises who are in trouble after the last economic crisis. Parat execution by banks was suspended till the 15th of December this year by the last administration. Minister Dr. Jayatissou asserted that the government will be making a final and concrete solution to the issue within the next 3 months. Meanwhile, Deputy Minister of Finance Harshana Surya Peruma, addressing the Parliament few days ago, said that the government is preparing a new relief scheme targeting small and medium enterprises as a suspension of parat execution. He also explained that they had already commenced the discussions over the issue with the central bank officials and also called for the data and analyzed the debt stock to find out how much was there and what type of businesses got into difficulties. Sri Lanka has given a series of debt moratoria starting from the Easter Sunday attacks, then election of a new government in late 2019 and during the coronavirus pandemic. Then a large number of businesses also got into difficulties after consumer demand fell from a currency collapse triggered by rate cuts enforced by direct and open market operations to target potential output and subsequent tax hikes to pay salaries of state employees.
ඒ අනුව ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඉදිරිපත් කළ කැබිනට් පත්‍රිකාවක් මෙම බැංකු විසින් පරාටේ නීතිය ක්‍රියාත්මක කිරීම අත්හිටුවීමේ කාලය මාර්තු මාසයේ 31 වන දින දක්වා දීර්ඝ කරන්න. ඒ අනුව ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව, රාජ්‍ය හා පෞද්ගලික බැංකු සහ අනිකුත් රාජ්‍ය ආයතන ඇතුළු මේකට සම්බන්ධ සියලු පාර්ශවයන්ගේ සක්‍රිය දායකත්වයෙන් මෙම ගැටලුව විසඳීම සඳහා බහුමාන යාන්ත්‍රයක් සකස් කිරීමටත් මුදල් හා ක්‍රම සම්පාදන ආර්ථික සංවර්ධන අමාත්‍යවරයා හැටියට ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඉදිරිපත් කරන ලද කැබිනට් පත්‍රිකාවට කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලයේ අනුමැතිය හිමි වුණා.
The Government of Australia will partner with UN Women and National Civil Society Organisation, Chrysalis, on a new 5-year program to advance gender equality in Sri Lanka. The 5-year program has been planned to implement in 6 selected districts, including Colombo. The program has been named as Thrive, taking the first letters of the long title of their project, Together for Her, Resilience Building, Inclusivity and Voices for Equality in Sri Lanka. The program has been designed to economically and socially empower the women who are working with their families and communities. Australian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Paul Stephens, said that Australia has an enduring partnership with Sri Lanka and a steadfast commitment to promoting gender equality in our region. He also added that no country can meet its development goals without ensuring everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. By challenging harmful social norms and investing in women's leadership and livelihoods, Australia wants to support a future where all Sri Lankans can thrive, the High Commissioner stressed. Thrive will focus on communities in Badulla, Colombo, Kilnochie, Mannar, Monragala and Nuwara, where multidimensional poverty continues to be a significant challenge. To ensure sustainability of the program, public sector officials at both the national and subnational levels will receive capacity building on gender planning and budgeting processes. The announcement of Thrive coincides with 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, as the project aims to transform social norms and promote behavior change to prevent GBV. Cabinet of Ministers has approved a proposal to issue digital driving licenses, making a final solution to another must-talked issue in the country. The government has recognized the suitability of issuing a digital driver's license which is currently used in many countries of the world, Cabinet spokesman Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa told the media personnel this morning. He asserted that it will be equipped with new technology, facilitating the exchange of data between related institutions. Until a new digital driving license is introduced in place of the currently used driving license, the current procedures for issuing driving license will be followed, he said. The topic has been discussed much for a long time and no action has been taken so far. It was in 2022, then subject minister also revealed about a cabinet decision to issue a new driving license with a QR code would be introduced in the future instead of the one with a microprocessor chip. Addressing the media, Minister Jayatissa stated that the government recognizes the need for digital driving licenses similar to those used in other countries. He assured that the new licenses will be introduced soon, but the issuing of the existing licenses will continue for a short period until the digital system is fully implemented. It has been 15 years since the introduction of the initial digital driving license system.
මේ රියදුරු බලපත්‍ර ලබා දීමේ ක්‍රමවේදය වෙනස් කිරීම සඳහා රජය අවධානය යොමු වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ අනුව නව ඩිජිටල් රියදුරු බලපත්‍රයක් නිකුත් කිරීම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය කරන පියවර ගැනීමට කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලය තීන්දුව කළා.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.